What is going on, my beautiful friends? Thank you so much for joining me on another edition of Trail Talks. Today, we are headed to one of the birthplaces of mountain biking. We are going to Mount Seymour in the North Shore. This is a chapter out of my book, The Best Mountain Bike Trails in Canada, available now on Amazon for all of the best mountain biking in this country. Yes, it is. Anyways, my friend, let us head to North Vancouver, BC, the epic North Shore, one of the birthplaces of the sport, Mount Seymour to be exact. Now, this mountain is just amazing. It's got your janky, North Shore trails, everything you can expect. It's even got a few flow lines. This place is not the best place for beginner riders, though. If you ride here, make sure you are an intermediate and above. But there is one very sweet green flow trail on the mountain. It is very short. It is very sweet. It is typically where you end your ride. It will take you down to one of the parking lots. It is the Empress Bypass. Sick flow trail with tabletop jumps. So Empress Bypass, that is a sick green rated flow trail, and sometimes after you're coming down off all the NAR trails, you are happy to find Empress Bypass, which is just a short and sweet, sick green flow trail with some tabletop jumps where you can catch some air. So this is one, not very long. You're not going to come here alone for Empress Bypass, but if you're looking for some sick green flow, you can ride the Empress Bypass, about 300 meters long. Anyways, my friends, the next level up from that is the classic blue rated high speed flow trail, John Deere, blue flow with small jumps and drops. Anyways, my friend, when they call it a flow trail in the North Shore, you can expect some rocks, you can expect some roots, you can expect some jank. So although John Deere is mostly a high-speed blue flow trail, expect some techie moments, expect some smaller jumps and drops. Just a super fun trail, and definitely one of the more flowy trails on Mount Seymour. The other very fun bluish flow trail that you have is Asian Adonis, another sweet blue flow trail, very fun as well. This one actually starts, you gotta access it from the double black Seabuster, but what I recall is the double black section leading onto Asian Adonis wasn't that bad. But make sure that you peel off onto Asian Adonis and you don't ride the bottom half of Seabuster, because Seabuster is a double black North Shore janker and it gets gnarly. So, from what I recall, the access into Asian Adonis from Seabuster wasn't that bad, but make sure you don't ride the whole thing if you are looking to ride a blue flow trail, my friends. Anyways, my friends, let us get into some absolutely classic lines on this mountain. Yes, let us start with the classic black rated line, and that is Corkscrew to Pingu to Pangor. Now, when I think corkscrew, I think some crazy woodwork. This one you start and the woodwork just takes you right into it. Kind of a short but sweet one, and then you're on a blue little power line trail, and then you go into Pingu. Pingu is a sick trail. This one also got some flow. Flow, jump, drops. My God, it's fun. I believe this is one with like 5 consecutive drops at the beginning, and then it's got like a big gap jump. Pingu, absolutely sick trail. Then we're on to a North Shore classic, Pangor, Team Pangor. Pangor is an absolute North Shore classic. Sick woodwork, tech, and drops. So this one has a lot of sick woodwork, a lot of little drops, a lot of nice little steep techie sections. Just a North Shore classic. So this line kind of has it all. Sick woodwork up top, some flow and some jumps on Pingu, and then the sick, what you would expect, woodwork, techie, droppy on Pangor, which is the longer trail. Then, you know what? If that wasn't spicy enough for you, you can even spice up that line. Make and ride down some of the double black options. You can ride Salvation, which that is an old trail which just got rebuilt, so it is all new, sick woodwork, but mandatory skinny features such as a wall ride and a teeter-totter. Just sick woodwork. But make sure you bring your A game for this one, because this is a true North Shore double black. Almost feels like some pro line features. I haven't been up since it's been rebuilt, but I saw the videos. Some of that stuff is gnar. So if you're looking for some real sick, gnarly, brand new woodwork, check out Salvation, the double black. That one is accessed right off Corkscrew, or right beside Corkscrew, I believe. The other double way black down beside Pangor instead of Pangor, you could ride Boogeyman. Boogeyman is a double black absolute North Shore classic. When I think boogeyman, this one has it all. This one's got a real long log ride. This one's got all the sickening woodwork, all the tech and gnar, some sick drops, some sick jumps. Really just a classic North Shore trail with a little taste of everything. Now, it should be mentioned, if you are riding the double black classic boogeyman, you can peel off towards the bottom onto Boogie Nights, which is a single black jump trail if you want to avoid the real North Shore gnar. You know, most of boogeyman, it's still a double black, but it doesn't get real hard until the end. In the end, it turns to a steep, natural janker. So if you want to avoid the true double black gnar of boogeyman, peel off onto the single black Boogie Nights. Anyways, my friends, other classic lines exist higher up on the mountain. One of my favorites, CBC, black flowy tech mix with rock gardens and sick woodwork. So CBC is another one of those old trails on Seymour that has gotten reworked recently, and what a sick trail it is. So this one is flowy rock gardens and woodwork all the way down. Got some kind of tight turns on it, but this one is just a classic North Shore feel. So CBC, black flowy tech mix, lots of rock gardens. This is just such a fun trail. Oh my God, love CBC. It's got a big kind of double black log ride on it. Absolute classic. So after CBC, you're going to have to access the cabin trails to get on. Cabin Fever, cabin trails. Those are hard single black technical beasts. Some of these cabin trails definitely feel more double blackish to me. When I was there, I'm like, oh my God, I was puckering down on some of those rolls. So be wary of the cabin trails. Go slow. Scope your lines. They will get you tough single blacks. After the cabin trails, you have two options coming down. You have Ned's Atomic Dustbin, which is the easier option. Easier black, chunky rock garden flow. So Ned's Atomic Dustbin is another trail that has been reworked within the last few years. And they have turned this one into a rock garden flow city. Nothing too crazy on this trail. It is an easier single black. Probably feels more like a blue by North Shore standards. And this one you can let open. Everything can be rolled. It's just pretty much one connecting rock garden the whole way down, which is a little chunky at times, but this is a flowy beast when you're considering it is a North Shore trail. If you want something a little more spicy, a little more gnarly, you have the newly reopened Cambodia. This North Shore classic was newly reworked as well, hidden off the maps, but within the last few years, Cambodia. And I'm going to say this one is definitely much more of a hard black compared to CBC and Ned's Atomic Dustbin. It's a bit of a gnar trail with some good natural terrain. It's got some rock slabs. It's got some skinnies on it, some sick woodwork, and it's got some double black options on it. So Ned's Atomic Dustbin, much easier black option going down. Cambodia, much harder black option. They're both rated a black, but you will find a big difference in Ned's and Cambodia. Yes, you will. If you're looking for more of a gnarly natural feel, definitely ride Cambodia, a jank-in classic with some double black options. If you like that, if you like Cambodia, you will also like Dale's Trail. That is natural, steep, and techy. An old school shore janker for sure. Not as popular as the other ones, but definitely, if you want a gnarly, steep trail, you must ride Dale's Trail. That will take you into Forever After, which is what they call an XC downhill trail. It's got some uphill climbs in between, some little climbs. They can be difficult. Yes, they are. This is kind of an easier black. This one you can get a bit of speed on, but it's also a natural trail. It's got some rock slabs. It's got some berms. It is another great line. Dale's Trail, steep, natural jank to Forever After, which is an easier black. This is a black rated line. And after this, they will take you out to, I believe, a blue trail called Bottle Rocket, which is another fun old school trail that'll take you down to the river. So many fun lines on here. And last but not least, those of you looking for some techie, steep, old school Mount Seymour North Shore classic, some techie, steep gnar, you got Sever D. So this is another old school black janker. Those of you who want to feel the old school gnar, Sever D, single black, possibly can feel more like a double black. like a double black in places. This one can get intense. And for the true double black on the mountain, Seabuster, double black. As I said before, starts a little easier, but then after the Asian Adonis intersection, this one gets steep, this one gets janky, this one gets gnarly. Seabuster, you can only imagine what Sever D stands for and Seabuster stands for. I will let you use your imagination. Anyways, my friends, Mount Seymour in the North Shore. What an absolute epic it is. I hope you can get out and ride all of the North Shore. One of my favorite places to ride. You got Mount Fromm, you got Mount Seymour, you got Cypress, you got the absolute janking paradise of North Shore. One of the birthplaces of the sport. I will be discussing the rest of the North Shore Mountains very soon. And if you saw my last video, the top 10 trail networks in Canada, this one almost made it because I love this place, but I wanted to keep it a little more varied and didn't want to do too much from the Sea to Sky corridor, as you can do your whole top 10 on that highway because it just has the best MTBing in the world. Anyways, my friends, you definitely need to get out to the North Shore this summer. This is the most epic place ever. These trails are the most masterfully built you will ever see, and just so much love has went into a lot of these trails recently. So thank you to the North Shore Mountain Bike Association for pimping out Mount Seymour and making it so beautiful. Anyways, my friends, I will talk to y'all soon. Peace and lots of love. I am Oute.